Hello guys, so this is my first stream and let's see how it goes. So our main task today is basically to yeah let's just design what we're going to do today. Let's say we're going to first check whether node is installed. Okay, and then check npm is installed, because to create a web server in Node.js we need these two components majorly. Okay, yeah, and then we will create a node project. I will just remove all the existing entries just to make sure that we start from scratch. Create a node project in an empty folder, and then install ExpresJS, and probably I'll just create one index.js file and import the ExpresJS. Write our first API method, then start our server. This is going to be our agenda for this session. Let's see how it goes. Okay, first check whether node is installed. Any application that is like a command line utility, they will have the double hyphen version flag. When you run the application with this flag, it will give you the current version that is installed in your machine. So we have node installed, and then we have npm installed. So the first two checks have been passed. Let's just close it and then create a node project in an empty folder. So let's consider this is our empty folder. We'll just create a node application here. The way to do it is like npm init. If you run npm init and enter, you'll have to give all the properties. If you run it with a flag -y, it creates the file with default values. Okay, if you look at here, all these are default values. The version will be 1, the name will be the same as the folder, and then the main file would be an index.js file. Let's say home.js. I'll just change the file as home.js, and then I'll create file here as home.js. So whatever you give in the package.js, that has to match with home.js. Okay, so what's our next step? Our next step, yeah, this is done. Our next step would be to install ExpresJS. So how do we install? npm install express. Yeah, there are shortcuts to do this, but yet as we go along, we'll just try to use shortcuts, and maybe I'll share few steps to basically reduce your time when you write code. So yeah, Express is installed. How do we confirm that it's installed? Just go into package.json and see if Express is installed under dependencies. If you clearly noticed, we did not have the dependencies folder before. Now we have, because after your first install, the dependencies section will be added in your package.json, so that every package that you install is like getting tracked here. And there is one more file created, package.json, which we will discuss like in our later videos. So this is done. Index.js. So this is slight change here. I have just changed it as a home.js file. Correct, write our first API method and import it. Yeah, to import, just get the express from require express, and then create our first app. Okay, with this we are going to write a get method, right? So this is the default route. So whenever you launch your application, it runs with the default route. So what I'm going to send in our default route is basically res.send welcome to employee API page. Okay, this is the page. This is the kind of landing page for our API. And then we are going to listen port 300 for income, so 3000 for incoming connections. Okay, yeah, for now just try this and see how it works. Server is listening at port 3000. Cool. So how do we run our application? I don't think the semicolons are necessary. This is just as a practice. I'm just doing it. I don't think that is mandatory in Node. Yeah, let's run our application. Home.js. So it says server is listening at port 3000, which is cool. We just open our browser, launch. Yeah, it works. It works really cool. Okay, let's try to add an employee. Let's say I'm going to return an employee list. Okay, first name of the employee would be my name, last name would be my father's name, which is my last name. Yeah, so then for the sake of data I'm just giving my short names. Yeah, so let's write one more endpoint, say /employees, which will give an employee back. So REQ and RES are basically the request and response objects. So res.send the employee list. Yeah, so let's just send it, see if we get these values in the API. It says get method not available. I have saved my file. Yeah, everything is just set here. So why is it not showing? Because Node, when you run, whatever is there in the home.js, only that gets served. So when you make any changes to your home file or in your JavaScript file, you will have to restart the server again. So I've just stopped the server. You can stop the server by pressing Ctrl C. Yeah, so just start again. Node home.js. So the server is running again. Run it. Now you're seeing the files. So I think that's all. Like 20 lines of code, even with empty lines. It's like 20 lines of code. You can start a web server. Hope it helps. Thank you.